One thing I've noticed about making videos is that you have to have a plan. Unfortunately, on this trip, taking video was at the bottom of the to-do list. In some places, I forgot to shoot altogether. So without further ado, I give you this unplanned ragtag Spain video. Well, we kind of lucked into this Airbnb because when I looked at the map of Cordoba, I had absolutely no idea where anything was. It turns out it's just outside the most famous site in the city. We voted Kyla to go stand in the rain while we hide in here. Well played on my part.
Yeah.
So we're at the Mesquita. The Mesquita, like many a Moorish mosque, was built in the 700s. While there might be 5 pillars of Islam, there are 803 pillars holding up its roof.
It's 5.
A good drainage system, unless you're a pedestrian. Well, I went out to find beer, and that was a pain in the ass. It's the only town I've ever been to other than, I guess, Canada, where you can't get a beer. This is the famous Flower Street. Look, we're rocking the Casbah. It's after 8 o'clock, and we are still outside.
And it's Halloween. And it's Halloween.
Happy Halloween. So we're leaving Cordoba, heading towards El Chorro. Spain seems to have embraced renewable energy. We saw lots of wind and solar installations, and of course, sheep. Wow, so Jan booked this place on Airbnb. And it's near El Chorro, and I forget the name of the town off the top of my head, but this is the view from the balcony. Dias del Santos, which is, I guess, the second day of Halloween. So this little town is packed, so we had to come all the way out past the bullfighting ring to park in this ditch. It was pretty awesome, hilarious. But look at that. This must be olive trees over there. Oh, there's olive trees right here.
Yeah.
Cool. This is the local bullfighting ring. As vegetarians, we don't agree with bullfighting, but there it is. That's pretty cool.
Still a cool structure.
Yeah. Apparently this tunnel is not that stable. They've had a ton of rain here lately, so the road on the way in was washed out in places. There's the entrance to the Caminito. You can see why they give out diapers at the beginning.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
So apparently it's about 3 kilometers of this. So yeah. That's what's down there.
It's on some cement here.
Oh, good. So apparently this whole thing was originally built to for workers to walk between hydro stations. But now, of course, it's just for tourists. It was rebuilt after a bunch of deaths in the 90s. Holy fuck! Here you can see the original trail that was built in the 20s, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And they've built a new one above
Alfonso.
it. Okay, so here we are on the bridge. Not a big bridge guy, but a little choice but to go on the
bridge. Jan, go on, Jan.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Don't look down. There's a lot.
Is there poop or footprints?
It is poop. I've been seeing the footprints and some empty beer bottles. Oh.
Huh. Hello, donkey. Do you think they'll bite us?
I don't know, I wouldn't.
Well, we've made it to Granda. Because everyone on the internet said you gotta go to Granda, and we came to this cool hotel that Jan's friend told her about. Most cities have free walking tours, and while of course they aren't actually free, they are a great way to get a lay of the land. Our guide in Seville told us of the city's successes and failures, like the Plaza de España, built for the Iberian-American Exposition of 1929, just in time for the Great Depression. There you go. In contrast to the south coast, the area around Seville is quite flat, as you can see from this 360-degree view of the city taken from the Metropole Parasol. It's the Alcazar. It's ginormous. It's hard to believe we're right inside the city. Like, right there you can see the huge cathedral, and then it's just hotels all around, and here we are in this place. Here is the view from the balcony at our place in Granada. See, there's a square right there with bars and restaurants. I love these roofs, they're just freaking awesome. It's hard to imagine that the building of Alhambra began in 889. The architectural details are unbelievable, and the expansive grounds are a lush garden. A definite must-see if you get the chance. So this is the bath area of the palace in Alhambra. It's pretty cool. You could say it's amazing. There's the city of Granada down below the walls. You can definitely see why it was a good place to have a fort.
Look at that.
So the town we're staying at is around that corner. We walked up that side of the gorge, up to an electric station, and down this side. So tomorrow we're thinking we might drive up to the electric station and try to walk up to as far as we can get up that snowy peak, which is the highest peak in mainland Spain. Just, you know, hanging out with the bulls, cows, steers. That must drive them nuts. Well, we're more or less at the top. Yep, so we decided to turn back. And this is where we are going to go back to. So it's pretty impressive. And that's when we found these goats. Hola, goat. Oh. Cartagena is a city on the east coast. It boasts Roman ruins, a beautiful waterfront, and kilometers of narrow, shot-filled streets to explore. What hasn't already been said about Barcelona? It's a big city with lots going on. From Gaudi's Sagrada Familia to the Gothic Quarter, it's everything they say it is, right down to the smash and grab on our rental car. You could spend weeks in Barcelona and never be without something new to see, so don't let that break-in discourage you. It's well worth visiting. Before heading back to snowy Ottawa, Jan headed north to San Sebastian to go walking, while we made the drive south, stopping in Murcia for a night before ending up in Torremolinos, Europe's answer to retirement living in Florida, where we had a couple of nice days at the beach.